On the land, there may be massive armies and atomic bombs, but the real power of the world is locked inside these four small lines. These are choke points, narrow sea route that, if blocked, can bring entire world economy to a standstill. Today we are going on a journey through these 14 strategic gates. We will discover how one small strait can trigger World War III, how blocking 30% of the world's oil can send petrol prices skyrocket, and why America has direct or indirect control over 10 of these 14 choke points. In number 1, there is Strait of Hormuz, obviously. Our journey begins in the Middle East, where the world's largest oil treasure is hidden. The most critical choke point here is the Strait of Hormuz, a very narrow sea route between Iran and Oman. Nearly 30% of the world's oil passes through this strait every single day. If Iran ever decides to block it, global petrol prices would shoot through the roof overnight, as we can see now. India imports more than 80% of its crude oil, and a major share of that travels directly through the Strait of Hormuz. So whenever the tension rises here, India immediately suffers through sudden petrol and diesel price hikes, increase in inflation, expensive imports, rising transportation cost, and decreasing the currency value. Disturbance in Hormuz hits India first and hardest. Then in number 2, there is Bab-el-Mandeb, which is also known as Gate of Tears. After Hormuz comes the most dangerous strait, which means Gate of Tears in Arabic. Yemen Houthis have been attacking ships here recently. Every ship traveling from Asia to Europe must pass through this tight passage to enter the Red Sea. If the gate closes, ship would force to take a long, expensive detour from the African continent, adding weeks of their journey. In number 3, there is Suez Canal. Next is one of the world's largest, most important man-made wonders, the Suez Canal in Egypt. It connects the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea, saving ships from going all around Africa. On March 2021, the giant ship Ever Given got stuck here just for 6 days, causing a loss of $54 billion to the global economy. A huge part of Egypt's economy also depends on the fees collected from ships passing through this canal. In number 4, there is Strait of Gibraltar. Moving into Europe, we reach the Strait of Gibraltar. This narrow passage connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea between Spain and Morocco. It is so tight that controlling one side can give huge leverage over the other. Britain maintains a military base here and holds a significant control. In number 5, there is Bosphorus Strait and Dardanelles. Inside the Mediterranean, Turkey controls two vital gates, the Bosphorus Strait and the Dardanelles. These connect the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. Russia, Ukraine, Romania, and Bulgaria depends heavily on these straits for their entire sea trade. In number 6, there is Strait of Malacca. Now shifting to Asia, the Strait of Malacca, almost 25% of the global maritime traffic passes through it. For China, this is the matter of life and death. China knows that in case of a war with America, the US Navy could easily block the strait, cutting off China's supply lines and crippling its economy. This is why China is heavily invested in the Belt and Road Initiative for alternative routes. In number 7, there is Taiwan Strait, the biggest flashpoint of all, the Taiwan Strait, located between Taiwan and China. This is not just a sea route, it's currently world's most dangerous hotspot. Taiwan produces over 70% of the world's microchips used in mobiles, cars, and computers. Any blockade here could directly trigger a superpower conflict between America and China. In number 8, there is Panama Canal, one of the humanity's greatest engineering marvels. The Panama Canal. It connects the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. America has very strong influence here. If it ever closes, ships would once again have to take the long, dangerous route around South America. Number 9 is English Channel. In Europe, the busiest sea route is the English Channel, between the UK and France. Controlling this channel basically means controlling Europe's economy. Hitler tried hard to seize during history, but the British Navy protected it. In number 10, there is Bering Strait, the most important future choke point. The Bering Strait between Alaska and Russia, as global warming melts Arctic ice, a brand new sea route will be open here. Whoever dominates this region will command future global trades. These are 14 choke points that secretly control our world. No nuclear weapons, no giant armies, but these narrow sea routes, blocking even one of them can trigger global famine, economic collapse, and international conflicts. Out of these 4 strategic gates, America directly or indirectly controls 10. That is why it remains the world's most powerful nation. As long as the tensions continue in the Strait of Hormuz, India will keep suffering through